I'm Dominic Bird. I went to Central Hawke's Bay College down in Waipukurau, and I think I did Project K in 2005, I believe, looking back now. Yeah, so a while ago. For me back then at school, I was cruising. I was just mucking around with mates a bit, and I was having a lot of fun. But in terms of schoolwork, I wasn't doing a hell of a lot. And in terms of my sport, I was enjoying my sport, but also maybe cruising a bit at that, and that all changed though. There was a point through the wilderness adventure where I remember just feeling really enthused, and there was little tasks that were given like that, like the team building and the leadership tasks, and that all entails that, being able to speak your voice, and I remember that being a lot of fun, and so I think that fun alongside those skills made it easier, and made it something that I could learn and continue to grow. My mentor was Peter Irvine. He must be about 80. I'm not too sure. I should know how old he is, but he was based in Waipaku as well with me, and he was actually a family friend, so I knew him already, but me and him got along really well. I mean, we're quite similar in character in the way that we're pretty relaxed, and he wasn't hard on me at all, which I think was quite beneficial. He was quite reasonable, and in his manner was just kind of lead by example. He actually got me a job at the timber mill that he worked at, so I worked alongside him for a little while, and I think just he was a great mentor in the way that he just led by example. He's a great man and with great values, so and I thank him a lot for what he's done. He's been great. The goal setting phase was great. It was in terms of my rugby career. I mean, I was at a stage where those rep teams, under 16s, under 18s weren't far ahead, and so I know my first goal was make Hawke's Bay under 16s, and that was something that I think really kind of gave me the boost along. I mean, having that goal definitely kind of put me in the right direction, and then once I made that team, it was just a flow-on effect for the next team, and making that goal bigger and bigger. And it's still the same now. I mean, it just changes slightly, gets a bit more specific, and obviously gets a lot more serious. But there was also other goals outside of rugby. I mean, simple ones like getting a driver's license and stuff at school was, I mean, as much as Mum was always on my case, I mean, it was a goal of mine, and to pass school, to get my UE and to get NCA level 1, 2, 3, I did that, and so I'm pretty pleased with that. In the early days, what it did for me was, I mean, as a 14, 15-year-old, was really the comfort zone thing. I learnt to, you've got to learn to be uncomfortable and just deal with it, and I mean, it's just like any kid, and I was just lucky that Project K was one of those things that you kind of get fully immersed in, and obviously all the physical activity that you do on the wilderness adventure, and then all the community challenges as well, and then the goal setting, which was new to me, and something that was very beneficial. So I definitely think, to sum it up, it was being put in the deep end and being uncomfortable. Project K's definitely helped me become the person and the rugby player I am today, just through those simple goal setting methods, and just learning them at a young age, and just the overall, being immersed in uncomfortable situations and having to get used to that. Project K helped me get to where I am today, just by giving me the direction at a young age, at an important age, and that's just boosted me along the way, and I'm really happy with what it's done for me as a person, and it's been very beneficial.